Good day, collectors and viewers. Social Distance Warrior is back with video number 6. So today we're going to look at another original Star Wars figure, a Cantina patron, troublemaker, alien species, Ponda Baba, which was originally known as Walrus Man way back in the original Star Wars movie in 77. This figure made his debut in 1979 as Walrus Man on a card back very similar to the vintage original trilogy collection one here. You can kind of see it's slightly different when you look at the card back here with the original Ponda Baba. Now that's this guy here. Now, totally different from what he actually appeared in the film. He does have, flipper feet here. He's got his blaster, his green hands, blue trousers, and shirt running underneath that, orange vest. It almost looks like a onesie in this regard, but just an awesome figure. I think the color is what attracted many kids like myself to this, again, very unique alien. I loved anything alien as a kid, any kind of alien that was weird, more obscure the better, and I always loved the orange and the blue. This is kind of what made it stand out, needed to have this figure. I remember as a kid wondering, before I saw Star Wars, because I was born, I was just a few years old when Star Wars came out, so I didn't actually see it in the theater. The first Star Wars movie was Return of the Jedi that I saw in the theater, but I remember thinking as a kid, I had a friend that had this figure. I used to think, I wonder what the deal is with this guy. He's a fish. I wonder if he jumps out of the water, and attacks them while they're going by in a boat. So I was fascinated and kind of created my own adventures when I did pick the figure up and get him as a gift and played with him. And you can see he's got, the tusks on his face still, but of course the green skin tone and the blue trousers and the flipper feet definitely made him a unique figure that stood out from anything else and was a delightful addition to your cantina. So that's in 79, and, standard articulation on this guy for the time, but a great figure. I mean, he stands up today. One thing that's really neat about this thing, if you've watched the last season of Clone Wars that's come out in the Ahsoka arc, the very first episode when she goes to the underworld there in the city, she runs into the background. In the background, you can see the original Walrus Man, and you can also see the original Hammerhead in the background as well, which is really neat. And he's wearing exactly the same outfit, so it stands right out when you see it. So that's obviously, paying homage to fans that grew up with the original Star Wars stuff when you watch that. So that's 79. Let's see if we can make sure that he stands there. And then we wouldn't see him again. Of course, he'd go through every wave in the original trilogy. So the Star Wars, the Empire wave, the Return of the Jedi wave, they just re-released him, replenished, went back. And then, Star Wars went dormant. And when it came back in the Power of the Force 2 line, he made his debut in 1997 on this card back here. So that 97 version would be this guy here. Again, you can see they modernized him. They gave him a vest that kind of sits over, gives it a nice, dimension look to the figure. Pre-posed, so his arms are, pre-posed in a bent form there. He does come with his blaster pistol and his rifle, like you can see in the photo over here. Boots, definitely accurate to what you see on screen. So that's nice. I always wondered, what he looked like. He does swivel at the waist as well, so you can twist him, turn him around, get him blasting, getting him ready to bully Luke and get payback from Ben Kenobi. So that was 97. Then we move on to a little bit later in 97. They started making cinema packs, 3 packs, cinema scenes, and they made a new version of Ponda Baba. This set was desirable because it came with Ponda Baba, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then for the first time, Dr. Evazan. So Ponda Baba was in that set again. I just got him earlier in the year, so I wasn't too excited to get him. But a lot more realistic. Pose-wise, again, you can't do much except pose him to fight. He does have his blaster pistol, his hands open, like he either wants to hold another blaster here or he wants to hold a cup, one of the two. So that's the look of them here. If I compare them side by side, you can see altered figure for sure. The arms are different, a little bit more realistic, and the head is resculpted again. It's a little bit larger, and then of course, the legs totally different as well. So Ponda Baba went through a bit of a change there on the 97 cinema scene one, and he makes for a nice dynamic pose if you have him in the cantina itself. So the next time we see our good friend Ponda Baba would be in 2002. So 2002 they made a Walmart exclusive pack that came with these cantina pieces here, and you could connect them together to form the bar and the cantina. And there was 3 sets. There was a Greedo, a Hammerhead, and a Ponda Baba. And Ponda Baba was this guy here. So he's almost the identical sculpt to the original one, except this time they gave him like wonky legs, but they're articulated. So he does have the option, you know, to sit down, which is a neat new feature on there, as well as the arm is removable. So you can actually do the arm cut off. So that was a neat little feature. So you can have it where, you know, his arm gets chopped off and he's on the floor after Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, takes care of him for bullying Luke. So that was a nice little feature they added on there. It doesn't look good standing, but, you know, then again, he can sit in the cantina, put that arm back on, and you can have him, you know, at the bar drinking if he was sitting. Okay, so let's put him into the bar over there, sit down. And then that's 2002. The next time we see Ponda Baba isn't going to be for many, many years. Not till the Vintage Collection decides to release them. So Vintage Collection in 2011 made Ponda Baba over here. Let me just bring this guy up for a second here just to show you. Ultimate version of Ponda Baba. They actually write Walrus Man underneath here. The term Ponda Baba I didn't see till the 97 figure. Oh, he's still this day for me. He's Walrus Man. But nonetheless, they gave him a name. So he's not just a, you know, random, you know, looking species. He's actually got a name. And in this set here, we got a cup. We got his paw hands, because there's a continuity error in the movie where until his arms chopped off, he's got paw-like hands. So Kenner Hasbro decided to make the paw-like hands on him and give us the regular hands like we see when his arms chopped off. And the chopped off hand is there as well, and you can see it's got some blood on it too, you know, to symbolize what happened to him when it got cut off. And you can choose which ones you want to have on there. And it's nice to have the options on there. A lot of, you know, extra accessories on that figure for sure. So that figure loose we got over here as well. And we finally got our, you know, ultimate version of Ponda Baba. Now the vest here, the jacket is sculpted on. It kind of hangs over, so it gives it that dimension look. But because it's sculpted on, I actually prefer it. It doesn't make him look, you know, too bulky. He's got a nice size to him. Articulation there, you know, swivel, you know, arms all the way up there. He's got the bendable elbows, swivel wrists. So you can do whatever you want with him there, both arms. You can, you know, turn him at the waist. He does have the holster with his gun in it, and he's got the bendable knees. And then ankles, the ankles as well there. You can bend down, and you can see the color differentiation between there and the boot. They didn't keep the black in there, but that's okay, because you're probably going to have him posed this way more times than not. Lots of paint applications on here, including the belt with a little gold buckle on there. And he does come with a cup, so you can have him holding that cup, and you can, you know, change his arm and his hands and pose him the way you want. His head's on a swivel as well, which is neat. And, you know, it's definitely nice to see the figure. It was nice to see him in Rogue One as well, with Dr. Evazan making the appearance. So I was wondering, would they re-release him again after showing him in the movie, but they haven't since. And he's definitely a desirable figure, and a lot of people don't have him, would like to get him. So if, you know, Hasbro, if you're watching, you can't miss re-releasing this guy here. So that's it for the Ponda Baba, aka Walrus Man. Again, from 1979 to present. You can see he's gone through, you know, quite a bit of alterations in regards to how his look and how he's ended up. Even look at the pants from the 97 one to the 2011 one. But, you know, the figure itself, great to have in your collection. And yeah, that's all the versions of him. I hope that you guys like this video. And if you do, you know, please like, subscribe, comment below. And I look forward to making more. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.